Well, it's time for the 2013 preseason interview with Coach Curley. And Coach, another season upon us. Overall thoughts on the upcoming year?
Well, we're excited, Wes. We had a very good year last year. We're able to claim a conference championship. Our kids have worked hard throughout the winter, spring, summer, and now it's time to get going and see what we can do in 2013.
Well, let's start with the offense. You got your quarterback back, who was all-conference honorable mention last year, in Tyler Scarlett. Talk about his progression.
Well, he had a great freshman year. Was selected as a conference freshman of the year 2 years ago. Was better as a sophomore. We hope if he proves a little bit as a junior and a little bit as a senior, he's got a chance to leave here as somebody very, very special to this program.
Now, he lost a lot of his targets. He had 5 senior wide receivers on last year's team, plus a tight end. Who is going to be his main targets this year?
Well, they say, like in baseball, you're strong if you're good up the middle, and I think we're good up the middle. Our whole offensive line returns. Our fullback, our quarterback, one of our tailbacks have played an awful lot for us. We did lose the receivers, and that's been a question mark. We took Brandon Cowie, who was our second quarterback last year, put him in a receiver in spring, had a very good spring. He'll play. We've got a couple of redshirt sophomores in Andrew Clark and Anthony Root, who both have 2 years of experience, with the program. And then we've got a whole bunch of young people that, we think will be good receivers. Now it's just their turn to be in the depth chart.
And how about in the backfield? You got Leffingwell back, who saw his share of carries last year, but some new guys as well.
Right. We actually played 4 tailbacks last year. Charlie was one that played, started a couple ball games for us. Got a lot of the north-south yardage, the inside stuff, and he returns. And then we had a couple young people returning in Kevin Miller and John Grace, who got a lot of looks this spring. And then we also have some young people coming in.
And it all starts up front for you guys. Seems like historically always had a solid offensive line. You feel pretty good about that?
We do. We've got the 5 returning starters in Buddy Poljan and Chris Mullen and Aaron Brandt and Bruce Tebelman and Frank Verwink. Austin Roy has played some. Brian Haslinger's played some. Matt Waters is another senior. We've got some young people that are going to try to crack the bat rack, if you would, and get their chance to swing. And so we're excited about that whole group.
You were fairly pass heavy in terms of stats last year. What do you anticipate this year being like for you?
Well, our philosophy here has always been we have to run the football. Where we are dictates that we're going to play a game or two or maybe more in some weather that might not be conducive to being, what people call prolific. So, our ability to run the football has been a staple of the program, and it will continue to be. With a quarterback, with the skills of Tyler, we do have the ability to stretch the field a little bit, take advantage of it. He does a great job with some of the autos, so we have that flexibility to attack both up top and on the ground.
Let's flip it over to the defensive side, where you lost some guys, but you got some pretty exciting players coming back, especially up front.
We do. Last year we were fortunate all 4 of our defensive down linemen were all conference, either first, second, or honorable mention. 2 of those young people return in Nelson Winkie and Cam Allen on the outside, on the edge, the pass rushers. And then David Russick saw an awful lot of playing time, started some ball games for us in the inside. And then we also, Tanner Egan has kind of stepped into that 4th role this spring, and those 4 will probably get the first look, when we open up.
How about linebackers? Justin Armstrong was a captain last year and a solid player for you. Right. He's gone. Who do you got coming back there?
Well, he was actually more than a solid player. He was a great player for us, all-league player, and we'll miss him. But we played 4 linebackers last year, and the other 3 all return. Taylor Zalakowski will be a senior. Danny Peralt will be a junior, and Paulie Coppola will be a sophomore. So all 3 of those give us the ability to run, to cover. We'll play them in some nickel situations on our defensive front, and they give us some advantages with the pass rush. So we're excited about that whole crew. I think maybe talent-wise that might be as solid as we are, top to bottom on our depth chart.
And how about the secondary?
Well, we lost the middle of it. We lost the center and the 2 alleys, but we took a corner, Brett Gervais, and moved him to the weak side alley. Ben Potter, who played quite a bit last year for us, is taken over the strong side alley. He's done a very good job. Right now, we've got a two-way go with Josh Seiler and Derek Ferris at our free safety. Both the corners returned. Jeremy Mims and Deshaun Nelson both started for us. Cedric Jones played a lot of football. Mims has the ability, has played corner the year before, so he can slide over and some of our nickel situations and play safety if we need two safeties and that type of stuff. So we're not real loaded there number-wise, but we think that we've got enough young people coming back and talent there that we should be pretty solid within our secondary.
What's the key to having a good year defensively?
Well, the first thing, same thing is we predicate our offense on defensively. We need to stop the run. Our ability to keep people from long drives and clock and those type of things, I think is very critical. And the other one is you can't let people throw the ball over your head. A lot of people are, that's the big thing now is, throwing the ball over people's head.
All right, special teams. You got both your kicker and your punter coming back.
Yeah, we do. We got good news and bad news in the special teams. Good news is we got both the guys that kick it. Punter and both kickers are back. The bad news is we lose all returners. Jordy Ledvina is our returning punter, and then Garrett Mead and Matt Botch both did some kicking for us last year and both returned. So we feel good there. But our return game, all of our returners, our punt returner and both of our top two kick returners a year ago have graduated.
Some road games early, but then you come back home late in the season. How does that affect your team?
Yeah, it's a little bit different than last year. I think last year we left the Upper Peninsula one time in the first 6 weeks of the season. This year, two of our first 3 ball games are in Ohio, so we've got to get ready for that. We're going to travel at Michigan Tech. Just we all know that with the location, and that's something that comes with this university. We embellish it. We like to travel. We get a great following on the road, so something we look forward to. One good thing is that 3 of our last 4 games this year will be at home, and in October, November. I don't know if that gives us an advantage, but I don't think it hurts us playing up here in November.
How about just overall goals for the team? What kind of team goals are we setting for this year?
Well, our goal is always to try to win a championship and get ourselves in the national playoffs. I mean, that's been kind of the cornerstone of where we believe that we should be. I think we've worked hard, in the past, decade, where all of a sudden, we've got a couple of championships. We've qualified for the national playoffs a couple times. We've participated in the national playoffs. So, that's where it starts.
Coach, have a great season.
Thanks, Wes.